So reducing brain fog has allowed me to stay consistent with the gym and achieve this physique, and it's also allowed me to go from pretty much being broke to having my own business right now. So I'm going to give you 6 practical tips on how you can reduce that brain fog and start taking action on the things that matter. Let's go. Number 1 is to minimize doom scrolling, and that is because you're always giving yourself a dopamine overload. Every time you're there, sat there scrolling through your short form content, you're basically giving yourself stimulation that's always up here. So then when you step away from that and try to do something that's useful and meaningful, it's very, very hard because it's down here. Because you're constantly becoming overstimulated. And the overstimulation makes it harder to focus on the things that require sustained attention. Now over time, this habit will literally weaken your ability to focus and increase your brain fog. So here's how you can break that cycle. You can first get an app, for example, like Opal, and start to set yourself some time limits for these apps. So maybe 15, 20, half an hour, because you don't really need to be spending more than that on your phone scrolling. And you can replace your scrolling with something else like journaling, walking, listening to an audible, or reading, so you can start to become more active with the information you take in. This is a constant battle that I'm going through right now, honestly, and I spend sometimes way too much time on my phone scrolling when I realise that it has a massive impact on my ability to work. So if you can overcome this habit right now, I promise you will start taking better action. Number 2 is to maximise your mornings. So the first thing I'd recommend with the morning is having some sort of cold exposure. So maybe splashing your face with cold water, having a 1-minute cold shower, and get some sort of movement. So do some stretching or have a little walk, or do something productive right away once you've basically had that cold exposure, because you're gonna be feeling really, really good naturally. So you want to use that to start your day effectively, basically. Because a lot of times if you have a good morning, the rest of the day has a high chance of being good as well. And following on from the last thing I mentioned, you really want to avoid going on your phone first thing. If you start your day with scrolling, you're basically in a reactive state. So you've not chosen the information that comes into your brain, you're basically letting the world and random people decide what goes into your mind. Instead, you want to be proactive. You want to start the day deciding exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. So keep that phone away for the first couple of hours and use that time to do something productive. The next tip to minimize brain fog is to actually plan your weeks and plan your days. A lot of time brain fog happens because we're uncertain on what we need to do and we sort of just blasé go through the day. One thing that's really, really helped me is having a week plan. So basically plan out the days I'm going to train, plan out the days I'm going to record my content, for example, plan out the days I'm going to post. This way it gives me clarity, and that clarity is a massive, massive impact on reducing brain fog. Another thing is to plan your days as well. So the night before, maybe for 10 minutes, sit down and think, what specific tasks do I need to do? So for example, with me, I need to record this video, I need to edit it. So whatever it is, be more specific with it and plan out the times that you're going to do those things. And I promise you, when you see that face to face on your calendar, I need to do X at this time, the chance of you doing something else will decrease. Sometimes obviously we're not perfect, we will end up missing it, but the chance of having that brain fog in your mind and feeling like you're lethargic will decrease massively, especially when you pair it with having a good morning, solid morning routine as well. The next point, number 4, is actually to train intensely at least 3 times a week. And this can be honestly whatever you prefer. Whatever it's circuit training, going to the gym, running, martial arts, sports, whatever it is, try to get your heart rate up and really, really feel some sort of exertion from a physical perspective, because this has a massive, massive impact on your stress. If you can reduce your weekly stress levels, that's going to have a massive impact on the brain fog that you have. Your cortisol levels are low, you're able to think clearly, you're able to be more focused throughout the day. So really try and focus on what days and times you can get some sort of exercise in and make this a habit. The goal is to get these 3 intense sessions in a week, no matter what. Now this can vary between whatever your interests are, but I would recommend some sort of resistance training because it does have a lot of long-term health benefits and it can actually help you in your sports that you want to train as well. But the main priority is 3 intense exercise sessions a week. Number 5, in terms of reducing brain fog, and this is huge, is to fast during your morning. So when you wake up, do not eat anything straight away. I would recommend having a black coffee and getting to work and doing what's on your list that you planned the night before, so you can start your day strong. Whenever I found I eat a big breakfast like sugary cereal or something like that, I sit down to work and my brain literally cannot focus. It is clogged up. It's just, I feel like I need to go back to sleep. What I would recommend, like I said, is having a black coffee or sitting down to do work, or if you really want to eat, have something lean. So what I mean by lean is like high protein, for example, like eggs, like an omelette, or you can make like Greek yogurt bowl, put some fruits in there, and something that's not too carb heavy. And over time you will adapt to that feeling of hunger, and the weird thing is that feeling of hunger goes really, really well with your ability to focus and stay zoned in. Because I've eaten and recorded videos, and I've stayed fasted and recorded videos, and I promise you, when I'm fasted, I'm way more focused on what I need to do. And number 6 is to introduce walking, especially after your meals. This is something that I have not done at all for the past couple of years, but I'm really seeing the benefits of it now. Nowadays, obviously, when you're working for yourself, there's a lot of stress because there's no steady paycheck. You have to do everything yourself in terms of your business, your training, your looking after the flat, or pretty much all your life is on you. So it's nice to sometimes step out and get, clear your head, go for a walk and come back, and I don't walk with any music either. I don't try to overstimulate my brain. I step outside, just listen and, almost meditatively walk, because it has really, really helped me in terms of my mindset, reducing that brain fog. And then when I come back home, I'm way clearer in the mind to do something useful. Super underrated tool, and something I recommend to my clients as well to implement into their daily lives. But yeah, hope that helps. Goodbye.